Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW Figs here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and predictions heading into Saturday's WWE Day 1 pay-per-view, the first pay-per-view of 2022. There's some big matches on this card, and some maybe not so big, but I'm going to go through them nonetheless and tell you what my thoughts on each match are and who I think is going to win. But before I get into it, make sure you like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe to NLW Figs for more wrestling figure content, and also comment down below your predictions for Day 1. So without further ado, let's get into it. And I suppose we'll start with one that I'm not really looking forward to. It's Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss, with Happy Corbin, obviously. Yeah, like, I haven't really been watching WWE TV recently, so forgive me if my predictions may be a little bit off. But there's no way that McIntyre's losing this, surely? I mean, McIntyre seems to be the one who's going to go to face Roman at WrestleMania, or at least the Royal Rumble, so there is no way that McIntyre is going to be losing this one. It does feel like a stopgap. I haven't seen enough of Madcap Moss, Riddick Moss, whatever you want to call him. I haven't seen enough of his work to really comment on what I think of the guy or the character, and likewise with the new Happy Corbin stuff, so it probably goes over my head because I'm not regularly keeping up with the product at the moment. However, yeah, Drew McIntyre's going to win, no doubt about it. Next up from Raw, the Raw Women's Championship is on the line as Becky Lynch defends against Liv Morgan, a match that on paper looks pretty decent. I would like to see Liv Morgan get pushed further up the card. Maybe tonight isn't her night though. I'm going to predict that Becky Lynch is going to retain her championship. I think that if Liv Morgan does win, she'll do it on a bigger stage like WrestleMania, because it does seem like she's been pushed slowly as the next kind of breakout star in the women's division. And really it's kind of long overdue, she's worked quite hard and she's been there for a while. So I think she deserves it. Becky Lynch though, I think, as a heel, not really my cup of tea, because I prefer her as a face. I think she's mega popular, but that said, I think she can do wonders for Liv Morgan, and hey, it's a feud that I've wanted to book on Raw Rebooked. In fact, I did a match between them on the last episode before my hard drive got busted, so, there's that element there that fans want to see this. They want to see Liv break through and win the championship. I think it's going to happen in 2022 for sure, but I don't think it's going to be on this night. Raw Tag Team Championships on the line as the Street Profits challenge RK Bro for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Street Profits, of course, winning the match on Raw to win this opportunity right here. Again, quite a cut and dry conclusion in my opinion. I think it's going to be RK Bro retaining the championships. Again, likewise, I don't think they're going to lose it until WrestleMania, or maybe just before WrestleMania, when, I don't know, it seems like WWE would probably put Riddle versus Orton at WrestleMania, but you never know really. I don't think the Street Profits are winning here. However, a solid match on paper, and again, the wrestling will be good. It's just whether the finish can kind of live up to those standards. Although I do like RK Bro's act. I think they're one of the more interesting parts of WWE at the moment, in quite a stale landscape. Their kind of chemistry on screen together is quite a highlight to watch, and likewise with the Street Profits, they bring a nice energy to the shows, so I'm sure it's going to be a great tag team match, but I got RK Bro winning this one. And that segues nicely into the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. On the line as the Usos defend against King Kofi, or I should say King Xavier Woods, and Sir Kofi Kingston, to the royalty. Now, we have seen this match thousands of times, it feels like, so, it's a shame that they don't have enough roster depth to do different matches. I have no doubt it's going to be a good match. They're great wrestlers. It's just, we've seen it so many times, over the years. I feel like they just kind of run it into the ground. They're the only two real legitimate tag teams that they've had in a number of years. So yeah, it's an easy one to call for me. I think the Usos are going to win. They got Roman Reigns by their side. I don't think that they're going to lose the titles until there's a big dissension among the ranks of the bloodline. So I can see them holding it for maybe a month more. But yeah, I don't think it's time for the New Day to win the championships. I think that Kofi Kingston, or rather Xavier Woods, should be winning some singles gold sooner rather than later. I think the Intercontinental title would look good around King Woods' waist. However, I don't see them winning the Tag Team Championships here. Maybe down the line, but yeah, a match we've seen loads of times, although I'm going to give them total credit because I think it's going to be a great match anyway. And in one of the marquee matches of this pay-per-view, we've got The Miz going one-on-one with Edge in what I believe is their first one-on-one encounter. You might have to correct me on that, but regardless, it's an interesting match on paper. I don't think it's going to be one that I'm expecting to be like a 5-star classic or anything like that, but it is certainly interesting. I don't know how this one's going to go really. I would predict Edge, just based on the fact that I don't think Miz needs to win this one. It's not like he's a Seth Rollins who would benefit from the victory, you know what I mean? He's kind of been there for a long time, and I think that if anyone's going to be able to take a loss to Edge and not be too hurt by it, it is The Miz. I think that Edge has had a lot of high-profile losses. Fair enough, because he's putting people over, but I think maybe Edge just needs one guy to kind of beat and then move on and become, you know, a threat in the Royal Rumble, perhaps, down the line. So yeah, I'm predicting Edge to win. It wouldn't shock me if The Miz won, though. It depends, really. It's an interesting one because obviously not seen Edge compete since what, Hell in a Cell at Crown Jewel, and that was an amazing match. So you know what, this has potential. So I'm not gonna kind of crap all over it just yet, although I'm going to predict that Edge is going to win this one. WWE Championship Fatal 4-Way as Big E defends against Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. There have been a lot of changes to this match, and you know what, there might be more changes to come. We'll see if Rollins is cleared by Saturday. It looks like he will be. However, whoever's in this matchup, whatever combination there is, I think it's going to be, I would say, match of the night. I mean, they're all fantastic wrestlers, and it just goes to show you how stacked the main event scene is on Raw at the moment when you've got these four guys wrestling for the championship. It would be nice to have a couple more actual personal feuds on Raw rather than just throwing them all in like a big fatal four-way, but it is still interesting nonetheless. I really don't know if Big E is going to retain this championship because of the fact they maybe want to cement this pay-per-view as something special. I think they might do a title change perhaps, so I'm guessing I would think that Big E would retain, but I would not be surprised if Kevin Owens walked out as the WWE Champion. After all, just signing a fat contract, maybe they want to get their money's worth out of Kevin Owens by making him the champion and then maybe having a babyface chase the title at WrestleMania. But again, who knows with it. I would say if there is going to be a title change, it would be Kevin Owens. However, because of I don't know. I'll predict Kevin Owens just as like a wildcard factor. However, I would not be surprised if Big E retains. My question is, who would Big E face next, and who would really be the one to take the title off Big E? I think if it's going to be anyone, it would be Kevin Owens. If you've convinced him to stay and not go to AEW, then why not put the championship on him? Reward that loyalty and give Owens the belt. I think it'd be fantastic, but would be happy to see Big E retain the title anyway. And finally, in the main event, the Universal Championship is on the line as Brock Lesnar faces Roman Reigns, a rematch from Crown Jewel. How this one's going to go, I'm going to predict that Roman Reigns is going to retain his Universal Championship and remain as the Tribal Chief. It would be interesting to see if they had Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns, but Roman's been on such an unstoppable run, I really don't see it going any other way than Roman retaining the championship and moving on and defending it at WrestleMania. If he's going to lose it at anything, I think it has to be at WrestleMania, whoever that's to, whether that be McIntyre or whoever, really. You know, other than McIntyre, I really don't know who Roman could lose that championship to. You know, he's been on an unstoppable run, as I said, and the fact that he's just seemingly kicked out Paul Heyman, you know, is it a ploy, is it not, what's going on there? That's an interesting wrinkle to this story. It's one of the few feuds in WWE at the moment that feels big time between these two big wrestlers, big stars, so I think it's going to be hard hitting. I don't know how long it's going to go, but I'm predicting that Roman Reigns is going to walk out as Universal Champion. But as for Brock Lesnar, I don't know what he's going to do after this. Maybe enter the Royal Rumble, maybe get a final shot at the title, I don't know. But I'm saying at the moment, cautiously I'm going to say Roman Reigns, but again, would it surprise me if Brock Lesnar won the championship? It would a little bit, I will admit, but I don't think that he should, based on the fact that Roman Reigns is on this, you know, unbeaten run for like, what, 2 years now? Running at this point, so keep him going, keep him momentum going, and then hopefully drop it to one of the stars they've got on their current roster, like Drew McIntyre seems to be the only logical choice at this stage of the game. So those are my predictions for day one. Comment down below what your predictions are for day one. Are you excited for it? Are you going to watch it? I don't know if I'll watch it. I might see what matches people are raving about at the end and then kind of watch the best ones, so to speak, because it's been kind of a lackluster build in my opinion. You know, I haven't really been keeping up with WWE at the moment, and there's a reason why. They kind of phone it in during the kind of Christmas season, which is understandable, but to build towards a January 1st pay-per-view, it does seem a little bit underwhelming, to say the least, but I'm sure they've surprised me in the past. Survivor Series wasn't that great, so hopefully they can pull it back together with day one. But that's it from me. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to NLW Figs for more wrestling figure content and like the video if you enjoyed. That's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.